Hello again, my friends. Welcome back to the Speakeasy English Show. I'm really glad you're here today. Truly, because the fact that you pressed play, that already means something. And before we begin, before we talk about tips or techniques or big English words, I want to say something gently, very gently. If you translate in your head when you speak English, you are not doing anything wrong. You're not slow, you're not weak, you're not failing, and no, your brain is not broken. If it were broken, we'd need a warranty, and I don't have one. You are simply doing what your brain learned to do. Think about it. For years, maybe since school, you learned English like this. First, think in your language, then translate, then speak. So of course your brain still does that. It's being loyal. A little too loyal sometimes. And today, we're not here to fight that habit. No battles, no stop translating right now. Because the moment someone says that, your brain panics. And then, nothing comes out. Complete silence. Even hello disappears. So no, we're not here to fight your brain. We're here to understand it, to calm it, and slowly, very slowly, move past this habit. And here's why these matters in real life. When you stop translating, conversations feel less scary. You answer faster, you don't freeze as much, and people stop waiting for you while your mind searches for words. Not by force, not by pressure, but by comfort, by clarity, by small changes that actually feel safe. So, take a breath, relax your shoulders. You're in the right place. And today, we go step by step. Most English learners start the same way. There's nothing strange about it. In fact, it's almost universal. You hear English, then, without asking permission, your brain quickly changes it into your language. You think, you pause, you check, then you translate it back into English. Your brain is basically doing round trips all day. Very busy, very tired. And at the beginning, this actually works. It works when you're learning words. It works when you're reading. It even works when you're writing slowly. But when it's time to speak, that extra step becomes heavy. Because speaking has no pause button, no rewind, no please wait while my brain translates. Your brain suddenly has to do too much at the same time. Translate, check grammar, check meaning, check pronunciation, check fear, check am I sounding stupid right now? And then it freezes. That freeze is not a lack of English. Let me say that again. Slowly. That freeze is not a lack of English. It is overload. Too many tabs open in your brain. And instead of closing one, your system just hangs. So if this happens to you, please understand this. Your English is there. Your brain is just overwhelmed. And once we reduce that pressure, once we make speaking simpler, your words start to come back. Calmly, naturally, one small sentence at a time. When you translate, your brain is doing double work. Not a little extra work, double work. And imagine this for a moment. It's like walking with two heavy bags in your hands. You can walk, no problem. You're not stuck. But you move slowly, carefully. Every step feels heavier than it should. And if someone suddenly says, "Quick, say something," those bags feel even heavier. This is exactly what happens when you translate. Your brain is holding your language and English at the same time, checking, comparing, correcting. So speaking becomes careful, slow, tense. Now, speaking without translating is not magic. You don't suddenly become fluent. You don't suddenly sound like a movie character. Speaking without translating is simply like putting the bags down. That's it. You're not faster because you're better. You're faster because you're lighter. And when you're lighter, you feel calmer. Your shoulders relax. Your breathing slows. Your mind has space again. And in that space, words come out more easily. Not perfect words, just real words. And that's exactly what we want. Maybe you felt this in real life. You're on a call. Someone asks a simple question. And while you're translating in your head, the moment passes. Not because you don't know English, but because English was carrying too much weight. Now, this part is very important, so let's slow down a little. To speak without translating, you don't start with English words. You start with meaning. Not sentences, not grammar, not, is this present perfect or past simple? No one is asking you that in real life, by the way. Just meaning. Because meaning already exists before language. You feel something first, then you speak. And this is where many learners get confused. They think speaking English means building perfect sentences. But speaking English actually starts here, inside you. For example, if you feel tired, really tired, like your brain wants a nap, you don't need to think, what is the correct sentence structure? Your body already knows the meaning. Your face knows it. Your voice knows it. So English can be very simple. I'm tired. Pause. Done. Or, I'm a little tired. That's it. No translation required, no grammar check, no pressure. And notice something important here. You didn't create English. You just matched English to meaning. This is the big shift. Meaning first, words second. And when you practice this, slowly, gently, your brain stops running marathons and starts walking comfortably. Much better for everyone involved. So remember, you don't speak English from rules. You speak English from life. And life already makes sense. Many learners treat English like maths. And honestly, I understand why. In school, English was taught like this. Formula first. Rules first. Perfect answer or wrong answer. 2 plus 2 is 4. No discussion, no feelings. So naturally, learners think, okay, English must work the same way. But then, English refuses to behave, because English is not maths. English is communication. You don't solve English, you use it. You don't sit there thinking, let me calculate this sentence. Because by the time you calculate, the moment is already gone. And here's something important. Native speakers don't translate. They don't run grammar formulas in their head. They don't check rules. They react. Someone asks, "How are you?" They don't think, present simple, emotional state, adjective. They just react. Good. Okay. Tired. Busy. That's it. And today, you start doing the same. Not perfectly, not magically, but honestly. You stop solving English and you start responding in English. And that one shift from calculation to reaction changes everything. Now let me give you some good news. Very good news. One of the easiest ways to stop translating in your head is to use English chunks. And no, chunks is not a scary word. It's actually a very friendly idea. Chunks are small pieces of English that come out together. They live together. They travel together. Like best friends. For example, I think so. I'm not sure. That's okay. I don't know yet. Notice something important here. These are not sentences you build. You don't sit there thinking subject, verb, structure. No, these are sentences you grab. You hear them so many times that your brain stops translating them. It doesn't analyze them, it recognizes them. Just like when someone says your name, you don't translate your name, you just react. Hopefully. And that's the goal. We want English to feel familiar, automatic, light. So when someone speaks to you, your brain doesn't panic, it reaches into its pocket and pulls out a chunk. Simple, safe, useful. And once you collect enough chunks, speaking stops feeling like work and starts feeling like response. And that is real progress. Now here's a very helpful shift. Instead of asking yourself, what is this in my language? Ask something much easier. What is happening right now? That's it. Because real conversations are not about languages, they're about situations. Am I agreeing? Am I unsure? Am I listening? Am I finished speaking? You already know the answers to these questions. You don't need English for that part. You've been doing this your whole life. And once you know the situation, English becomes simple. If you're listening, oh, I see. If you agree, okay, right. If you're unsure, maybe. I'm not sure. No translation, no sentence building, no pressure, just reaction. And notice something important here. These responses are short, and short is powerful. Many learners think they must say more to sound smart, but in real English, less is often better. Silence plus "oh, I see" is already very good English. So don't think in languages, think in moments. What's happening? What do I feel? What's my role right now? Then let English respond. Naturally, calmly, one small phrase at a time. Okay, let's try something small together. Very small, very safe. No pressure at all. You don't need to speak out loud. No one is listening. No one is judging. Just imagine. If moments like this help you feel calmer in English, that's exactly what this show is for. You can subscribe, and we'll practice together, slowly, gently, in every episode. Someone says to you, "It's very hot today." That's it. Now, don't rush to answer. Just notice the meaning. Hot. Weather. Now. Your brain already understands this. There's nothing to translate here. And because the meaning is clear, the English response doesn't need thinking. It can be simple. Yes, very hot. Or, yeah, it is. That's it. No grammar checking. No sentence building. No inner voice saying, wait, is this correct? We're not in an exam. This, right here, is speaking without translating. You felt the meaning first, then English followed. And if your response feels short, good. Short is natural. Short is real. Short is confident. So remember this practice. Meaning first, reaction second. And you can do this anywhere, anytime, with no pressure at all. Now, let's talk about something very honest. When you stop translating, your brain feels unsafe. And if that's happening to you, good. You're normal. Because translation feels controlled. It feels familiar. It feels like holding a railing while walking downstairs. So when you let go of that translation habit, your brain says, hey, wait a second, where is my safety net? But here's something important. Control is not the same as confidence. Control is checking every step. Confidence is moving anyway. And confidence doesn't come before you speak. Confidence grows after you speak and survive the moment. You say something, nothing bad happens, no one laughs, the world continues. Very disappointing for your fear. And that discomfort you feel, that strange, slightly awkward feeling, that is not failure. That is your brain learning a new path. Just like walking a new road. At first, it feels unfamiliar, a little shaky. But the more you walk it, the clearer it becomes. So if speaking without translating feels uncomfortable right now, that's good. And let me say this clearly. You don't need to stop translating completely today. Even noticing it once, just once, is progress. It means you're growing. It means your brain is adapting. And growth always feels a little strange before it feels easy. All right, let's slow down for a moment and gently review what we learned today. No rush, no pressure. You translate in your head because you learned English that way. That's all. It's not a bad habit. It's not a mistake. It's just a starting point. But to speak more smoothly, to speak with less tension, you don't need two languages running at the same time in your head. One is already enough. What you really need is this: meaning first, not rules, not grammar charts. Simple English. Short, usable, ready chunks. English you don't build. English you recognize. Reaction, not perfection. Because real conversations are not about perfect sentences. They're about being there, in the moment, listening, responding. Speaking without translating doesn't make you careless. It makes you present. And presence, that calm, steady feeling, is where confidence slowly begins. So take this with you today. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're learning in a new way. And that's something to be proud of. So here's your only focus this week. Just notice one moment where English comes out naturally. One phrase, one response. That's enough. If you'd like, write that sentence in the comments. Just one sentence, no correction, no judgment. We're just practicing together. Before we end, I want you to pause for a moment. No rush. Just think. What is one English sentence you already say without translating? Maybe it's, I'm okay. Thank you. See you. Simple. Automatic. You don't build these sentences. You don't translate them. They just come out. And that sentence, that one small sentence, proves something very important. You can speak without translating. You already do it. Your brain already knows how this feels. Calm, natural, light. So, this is not a new skill you're trying to learn. It's a skill you're expanding. Today, you just learned how to notice it, how to trust it, and how to grow it. One small phrase at a time. So, be kind to yourself. You're further than you think. And I'll leave you with that thought. Before we go, just remember this. Be kind to your voice. It's learning a new way to think, a new way to respond, a new way to trust itself. And learning takes time. Slowly. Naturally. There's no need to force English. No need to push. No need to hurry. English is not something you chase. It's something you allow. You let it come. When it's ready. When the meaning is clear. One small sentence at a time. And some days, that sentence will feel easy. Some days, it won't. Both days still count. So take a breath, relax your shoulders, and be proud of yourself for practicing. Before we go, be kind to your voice. It's learning a new way to think. Slowly, naturally. And if you'd like more quiet practice like this, you can subscribe to the Speak Easy English Show and come back whenever English feels heavy. You don't need to force English. You let it come.
One small sentence at a time. Speak easy, my friends. And in the next episode, we'll talk about how to answer questions without your mind going blank, even when you feel nervous. You're doing better than you think. Bye-bye now.